How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. And today we're going to talk about the sequel to a game that we talked about on day 16 of the Year of the Animal. On that fateful day, we talked about Taito's Power Blade. And nobody, for what it's worth, Power Blade was a game that none of us saw coming. It was just a generic action game for all I know, and that's honestly what a lot of people thought about it. It was the kind of action game that kind of sneaks up on you and just lets you know, hey, don't judge a book by its cover. This game is dope. You should try it out. So much so that it appeared on the cover of Nintendo Power. Well, about a year later, we got the sequel. The sequel was also developed by Natsume and Taito working in tandem. And the sequel kind of tweaked some things gameplay-wise, but still was more of the same, which is a fantastic action game that, while I don't agree with the resale price, is a great example of what an action game ought to be on the NES. Today, obviously, we're going to take a look at Power Blade 2. Now, Power Blade 2 stars Nova, the protagonist from the first game, and he's on a mission for the Department of Defense, who wants him to go and investigate and deal with a company called the Delta Foundation, who has developed these super sophisticated cyborgs that are basically a threat to global security. The game takes place across 5 different stages. First 4, you can kind of go between, you can pick your own stage. The 5th stage appears once you defeat the others. Unlike the first game, there's more than one power suit, and each power suit has a special ability, and you can switch between the suits once you acquire them. Once you acquire more than one, you can switch between them on the fly. It's very, very much Mega Man-esque, and I don't see the problem with that. The music tells you that this is in fact a Natsume title. Natsume, if they didn't do nothing else, will give you a good soundtrack, a very good soundtrack. And yeah, this game is it's more of the same. Power Blade was a great game. This one is also a very, very good game, even though it's a little more linear than the first title. My problem with Power Blade 2 is the resale price. I don't know who told what collector to jack the price up the way they have, but this title has been over $500 for years. As long as I can remember, it's sold for that much. It's kind of ridiculous, but hey, that's what ROM sites and Raspberry Pis and EverDrives, that's what all that stuff is for. And hardcore collectors can roll their eyes at me for saying that, but honestly, I don't care. Charging people that much for a single cartridge, kinda ridiculous. However, if you decide you want a copy of actual physical copy of Power Blade 2, couple ways you can do that. You can track down the Famicom title that was reskinned and renamed for Power Blade 2, Captain Saver, and you can probably find a copy of that at a really good price. You can find the actual cartridge of this, which cheap price I saw was about $700. That was the cheapest price I saw, about $720, something like that. Another option you have if you want a physical are repro carts. Now, repro carts won't play on your clone consoles, but it'll play in a stock. They'll play on a stock NES. So yeah, a repro cart costs you about $30 to maybe $40. And honestly, I ain't got no problem with y'all getting a repro cart of this game, because it's a good game, yes. Is it worth that much money? Should you be paying that much for it? No, not at all. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah, man, I know you got your sword and your shield and your good blue armor, but don't go over that. If that dragon gonna turn you into a frog. See, Bowise ain't hiring frogs no more, bruh.